everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to get into how to manage anxiety that comes up when we're going home, or we're going to, it's a little windy, when we're going to visit family, or we're traveling or something like that. We have anxiety coming up around that and we need to deal with it and go and do it anyway, right? I'm going to talk about all of that and give you 4 tips that will help you manage that anxiety and get through it and survive. Alright, so if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, I would love it if you subscribed, and if you want notifications when new videos come out, just click the little bell and you'll get notifications when new videos come out. Alright, so I have 4 tips that I want us to work through and you can use to help you get through this anxiety. But before we even get into that, I want you to think about what your anxiety is and where it comes from. So this looks a little different to a lot of people, and a lot of my clients, they have different experiences and different anxieties with this, and I do too. So what is it and where is it coming from? Is your anxiety actually about traveling and going to this new place? Is it about having to be around people who maybe don't support you or trigger you, or you have had trauma with in the past? Is it about going to this new place that you don't know? Is it about change? What is it about? So think about that, because that, if we understand that, then we can kind of answer these questions and use these tips to better work for you, because we know where the anxiety is coming from. So it may look a little bit different if you're triggered because of past trauma, or you're triggered because when you go into maybe your house or your family life, you regress into old patterns, or you're more likely to go back into addiction or things like that, right? That all of that looks different. Or if it's just general anxiety, or being in a different space kind of anxiety, that all could look a little bit different. So think about that. I'm sorry, I have a little bit of a cold, so my voice is a little kind of crazy. But the first tip that I have for this is to prep beforehand. So we need to prep and we need to prepare and we need to develop our plan and our coping before we go into the situation. So understanding what the anxiety is and where it's coming from, we already have that base, and then we can prep. So, I know that when I'm around these people for a long period of time, I tend to get triggered and overwhelmed, and it just really goes bad for me. So I need to add in extra time for myself as much as I can, and I'm going to try to work it in these ways. And maybe I'm going to have things prepared so I can step away and reground and refocus. Maybe that's messaging a friend, or I have clients that message me when they step away, or call me and vent, or can just message me like, because you can get it out and not just be stuck with it, right? You need to find outlets to get it out. Or maybe you just step away and you watch a show that you like and that makes you happy, or you listen to music or something, or you go for a walk. You need to have those things worked in to your plan so you know that you have those available. And again, that can look different to everybody, but we have to prep and plan. So if I know this sets off my anxiety, or I know this usually happens, then what can I build to help ease that? And ease that before I go in, and ease that as I'm going through this whole process as well. So that's my first tip. My second tip is to set boundaries, which I know it's kind of just something that everybody says, and it's really hard to do, but it's something that we have to do, and we have to be prepared to hold the boundary. So a lot of people will say, I will not allow this, I can't do this, this is not okay if this happens. But they're not prepared to hold that boundary and really set that and ground into that. And that's what we have to do. And we have to prepare for it, especially because a lot of people, if you're going into a family situation and your family has been used to getting away with things, or treating you in a certain way, or experiencing you in a certain way, when you change and you try to set a different boundary, or not engage in things, or not do certain things, or not go everywhere they want you to go, they don't like that. They can get really upset. So we have to prepare for that. So it's not only deciding on what boundary you need to set and looking at that, but also preparing for ways to manage when people don't like it, and people get mad, and people pressure you and try to push you into the things that you don't want. So that's something that I really try to work with people on, because I know how hard that can be. So if you're setting a different boundary around your time or around your energy or around any of these things, people may push back. They probably will push back. And we need to figure out how to help you stand in that and manage that. So think about both of those things when you're setting boundaries. And also think about, like, what boundary do I really need here? What would I benefit from? And then how do I really hold that? And if you need help with that, or you have questions or anything, please comment or reach out to me, because I'm happy to help with that as well. The third tip that I have for this is to shorten your time if you need to. So some people feel like, oh, I have to go visit family for this long, or I have to go on this trip for this long, or I have to do this for this long. But that amount of time also makes them so crazy and anxious. We don't have to do a lot of the things we think we have to do. So if you need to shorten that time, if you need to stay somewhere else away from people and just come in and out of the situation, if you need to leave early, if you need to go late, you do that, because that is best for you. And again, people aren't gonna like that probably, but if that's best for you, that is best for you, and this is what matters. Your mental health is more important than pleasing everyone. So shorten the time or change the situation as you need to benefit you. And if you need help with that, or you need permission again, or for me to remind you, let me know, because I'm happy to just say this all day long, because it's so true, and it actually will help you in the long run, and will help your relationships in the long run. Because if you're overwhelmed and burned out and anxious and all triggered, then you're not going to be able to engage with people like you want to anyway. So that's my third tip. The fourth tip is to plan for self-care after. So if I know I have to do this and I don't want to, and I have to engage with all these people that I don't want to engage with, or have to go home into this situation and I really don't want to, then I'm going to plan something fun after. And I've even done this myself. Like if I have to go, you know, my family is really Mormon, and we have a really good relationship now, so most of the time it's fine. But if I have to go into, like, you know, a Mormon wedding or a Mormon event or something, and I know that's going to be a struggle because I just don't like being around all of that anymore, then I'm going to plan something really fun where I can just be myself and let loose after. So hey, I have this to go to, but who can meet up with me after and hang out and just be able to let go and have fun and just be myself? Then that really helps, because it's something to look forward to, and it's me knowing that I don't have to be this sort of fake adapting person for very much longer. I can do this and it will end. It's not forever, it will end, and then I can go and have fun. But that can look, you know, a lot of different ways, just like all of this stuff. You know, you can plan a therapy session after, you can plan to call a friend after, you can plan to just have a Netflix night, right? Order pizza and have a Netflix night and just be by yourself and be in the quiet and enjoy that. So whatever feels good to you and whatever you feel like you need, plan for that afterwards. So those are my 4 tips. I'm trying to keep it a little bit more short and sweet in these, but if you have any questions, you can reach out to me on my email or on my website. You can submit a question on my website. You can also email me, or you can comment below. So again, the 4 tips, make sure I look at them so I don't forget. Plan and prep ahead. 1, 2, set boundaries. 3, shorten the time if you need to and don't feel bad about it. And 4, plan for some self-care and some coping after. So that's my tips. Let me know what you think. Any thoughts? I would love to hear it. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye.